Hi, this is Elaine at Events by Elaine, the hands-on wedding coordinator for budget-minded and do-it-yourself brides. I'm engaged. Now, what do I do? Those first moments when you're engaged are filled with so much excitement and happiness, but when you really start thinking about a wedding, very few people know where to get started. So that's what I'm here to talk about today. What should I do first? The very first thing you should do, look at your budget. That's the number one place to start with your wedding planning. Before you make any other decisions, sit down with your significant other, your parents, anyone else involved in the financial decisions, and decide what your budget is going to be. Once you have the budget figured out, the next step you should look at is a season or a time of year when you want to get married. This could be impacted by your budget. Certain times of year are cheaper, certain times of year are more expensive. Certain times of year are much busier, making it harder to get that venue or that photographer that you just have to have. So pick a time of year, a season, narrow down a few dates, look at the holidays, look at other events going on in your family, other anniversaries or birthdays perhaps. And from those, pick 2 or 3 select dates that are your top choices. At the same time that you're working on picking a date for your wedding, you should also be taking a really good look at your guest count. Obviously, you're not going to have any concrete numbers from guests, but you should have some idea what range you want to keep your guest count. This is going to impact a lot of things. This is going to impact your budget big time. It might also impact your choice of venues. Some venues can comfortably hold 125 people. Others can comfortably hold over 300. You want to make sure that your wedding will fit in the venue, that the venue is not too small to comfortably hold all the guests, that it's not too large and it looks empty with your wedding inside of it. You can also start looking at venues based on your budget and how much you want to spend and which venues are available on your date. Picking a venue is not quite that simple as just renting the facility. There's a lot of things involved. Do they require that you use an on-site caterer? Do they require that you use only their preferred vendors? Can you bring in resources and items from the outside? You need to understand all of this to be able to get a clear picture of what it costs to use each and every venue. While the rental fee may be cheaper at one place, if they require you to use their bartenders and their bar packages, it may be far more expensive than using another venue that has a flat rate. Once you've picked that date and booked with the venue, you need to start looking for a photographer. The best photographers are going to book very quickly. You have one shot at getting that photographer for your date, since most photographers only do one wedding per day. You need to start sorting photographers by your budget. Photography comes in all different price ranges with lots of different packages. And photography is a very individual thing. You might like a journalistic style. Someone else might like a very high fashion magazine style. There's a photographer out there that is good for you. You need to find someone in your budget. You also need to find someone that you like and can get along with, since you're going to be spending the entire day with this person. So make sure you sit down, have a meeting with photographers, find someone who you love their pictures, and you're okay spending the day with them. Once you have the venue and the photographer out of the way, you need to look at booking the other vendors that are going to be on site all day. Those would include your band or your DJ and also your wedding coordinator. And it may or may not include your caterer, depending on what situation you have. Again, with the DJ and the wedding coordinator, much like the photographer, sit down, meet with them, talk with them, and make sure it's someone that you're okay spending the day with and you get along with them. From there, you can book your caterer, you can go talk to florists, and you can go to cake tastings, you can get a videographer. Those are the first steps that you need to take to start planning your wedding. So have fun, enjoy the process, and if you need more ideas, then come get in touch with me at eventsbyelaine.com.